In the day, homie, if you were dressed like that.
All right. 95 Ruka's favorable opinion.
So the creator here, he's talking about the specific guy because he hangs out with some popular social media influencers. It's a woman. What's her name?
The sleepy
lady, and they're based
you'd
in
probably
LA.
see him on the Santa Fe swap meet, the flea market.
They're based in LA,
Yeah.
and the creator was talking about this guy. He happens to be in the LGBTQ. What is it called?
LGBTQ.
In that community, okay? He happens to be in that community,
And he's getting backlash.
The friend was defending him, saying, "Hey, he's a good kid. He just really enjoys
Likes to dress
the
up like
dress."
that.
So the creator's saying, "Is this cosplay?" I think it's cosplay.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
so.
think it's cosplay? I'm gonna say yes. And there was a time when I wore Dickies. You wore Dickies. Everybody did, right? It was a cool thing. It looks cool. But then I stopped wearing it because there are things that come with that type of style of clothing, culture, whatever you want to call it, right? People aren't going to take the time to ask you, how old are you? They're not going to take the time to be like, oh, I'm not sure. Maybe he just wears it or she just wears it for fun. They're going to press you. And like the guy said, he never got no breaks when he was growing
talking.
up. I never got no breaks.
Yeah.
So much shit went down because, you want to dress a certain way. And then people are like, oh, where are you from? Or, oh, this.
Or you're hanging out
that.
with people that dress like that.
Yeah.
They're like, what about you? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, not me. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Is it watered down now? I feel like it is.
Yes.
I feel like it is because I see so many people on social media and in person who still dress like
I would
this.
say that type of dress up it's more down in LA. I would say I don't really see too many people dress like that up here.
Every so often you
and
see
the
it
style
there.
has changed a little up here too, because now it's just like pro clubs, certain different styles and different haircuts too up here, at least in our area.
Either way, I do feel that it's cosplay though. It's cosplay because you start talking to these people, you have conversations,
yes.
and then they're like, "Oh, that was then. I don't do that now."
Well, why do you still dress like that?
Oh no.
And people are like, no.
because it's my way of life. Okay, well, what's your way of life?
In my head, I'm thinking
Right? I'm
because
thinking criminal.
you're gonna be doing
you're doing stuff. You're underground. Whatever. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, judging. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Is it stereotyping? Yeah. So what? But it's become
Everybody
that,
always makes a judgment, though.
And you're
Now-
dressing like that. I think you're putting like a target on your back though.
Now, the creator also was asking. This guy happens to be LGBTQ.
Yes.
Okay, so he's asking if he were to get pressed, beat up. Do you think that should be?
Would you feel bad?
Would you feel bad? Do
For
you
them
think that
dressing
should be
like
should a hate crime be added on top of it because he's in that other category? I don't think so. I don't. It's very interesting too because so many things have changed, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about our generation, right? Our generation. Chirujo is a word that many gangsters use on both sides, right? Chirujo for somebody who's in that community, right? But now in the Norteño community, you have a lot of females
Studs, if you don't know what it is.
studs, who identify as
They usually
other,
got the long
other.
ponytail
Yes.
with the shaved sides and
So I don't know how they're accepted in that community.
it's frowned upon, right?
It is frowned upon. And if she were to, he or however they identify if they were to get sent away or whatever, prison time, they're not going to go to a male prison.
And do it like a man.
Do it like a man and have to program. They're gonna most likely be with women.
Yes.
So,
And then you see a lot of these guys that hang out with ladies like that in the music videos. How is that? I mean,
how is that accepted?
It's frowned upon, especially in that,
These
right?
are just their point of views because it's talking about this. It's
Yes,
in
and
the
they
same
brought it up.
category of what we're
Yes,
talking
yes.
about. I don't have
But
anything
we're just in a
against that
different area,
community.
yes.
Very clear disclaimer. I don't have anything against that. Some of my best friends are in that community. However, when it comes to the gang life, we're talking about gang life, gang culture. There are rules. So that's what I'm saying. People from the top are not watching what the people from the bottom are doing because they're allowing all this weird shit to go on. Who's paying taxes? What I want to know. All right, is your money going where it's supposed to be going? That's my question. All right, and these like cosplay people.
Yeah.
I think they need to be reprimanded. That's just my opinion. I think they need to be reprimanded. They need to pay a tax. They need to pay a tax. That's just my point of view. I don't know. What do you guys think, Emily? What do you think?
Oh, definitely. That's just there's so much that comes with it, I believe, and I think it's just you're just dressing up. It's I think it's a disrespect to the actual real gangsters who actually have lost their lives or doing it. That's leave it to that community, like to the real gangster. Leave it to that because if you're gonna be dressing like that, I'm assuming you're gonna be doing all that stuff. Gonna be
Moving forward about that. So if you are a parent, you have a fifth grader, because it starts at fifth grade.
Yes.
You're giving them those haircuts. You're dressing
Let's
them
talk
in that
about the
clothes.
haircuts as well. You got the rat tails. Now both sides use it. You've got the Edgars, and believe it or not, these lineups, all this stuff. There's certain haircuts. People just don't want to believe it, but it is. It's true. Some of these kids, that's how you can't, because no one's really doing the slick back, the hairnets
they're
like
not.
you would, right? So
And
now
like we
they're
said, growing
doing
up, Norteños had hair. Sureños, bald, tail,
High
whatever.
ass fades.
Now, it's a little mixture.
Yeah,
it's a mixture, okay? But this is for the parents now.
Oh, you got a lot of parents though.
You're
Like,
dressing
my kid
the
is
kid.
not.
Okay, well
you're
then-
buying them the clothes. You're buying
Yeah,
them the Dickies.
yeah,
You're buying them Nike Cortez. Some of the Jordans are too. Yeah, they wear that too.
So it's just like a PSA as well. Because look at what happened. Look at what's been happening over here. Look what happened
yes.
up here where we're at. The 15-year-old that got stabbed to death by Sureños. Supposedly wasn't gang affiliated. I don't believe that. Look at the other boy with the backpack, the 15-year-old in Oakland, supposedly over the backpack, supposedly not gang affiliated, had the haircut. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
There's so
it's
much
happening.
more, yes.
And this is in our area, and then there's stuff happening down there as well. So this is for the parents as well. Don't buy your kids that shit unless you're willing for them. You want prison for them. Let's just be curious. Let's just keep it real, right? What comes with that lifestyle? Eventually somebody gets locked up. You don't want that lifestyle for your kids, and don't dress them like that.
Yeah.
They can look cool and not dress like that.
But it's cosplay. It
It
really
is
is. In
cosplay.
my opinion,
It
it
is
is.
cosplay.
I see females that are dressed like that, and it's like I just feel like, oh my gosh,
Because then you, I'm very curious. I want to know, where do you run? Who do you stand with? What? I'm just nosy, right?
what do you represent?
And then they're like,
are you willing to like, you know?
and they're like, oh, why are you guys like, damn, why are you guys talking to me like that?
Like, oh, that's
damn.
violent mentality.
It's not
No,
violent
it's just
mentality.
growing up seeing that. It's like the people that are really doing that stuff, that's how they dress. And it's kind of now like really, I'm like, oh, wow. So anyone can just dress like that and just be like, people do assume that. If they see you dress, oh my gosh, that person is with the business. That person is a real one, OG and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, it's very watered down now. And I just think, yeah, no, it's cosplay. And I know a lot of people get pissed off, but I think it should be talked about more often in the Chicano community. But yeah, you're going to get a lot of people that are disagreeing. That's fine.
Or whatever. We're waiting for your comments.